Hey, what's going on, guys? Coach Seth here. So for today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about the NBA G League tryouts. Now, I know I've done a video on this type of thing before, but this is going to be a little bit more in depth and a little bit more on the details side of things. So I'm just going to talk about things like the cost of the tryout, how to actually get set up with it, and when and where these local tryouts are actually posted so you know when to get signed up. So the cost of registration for a tryout, this is going to vary a little bit. Mine was, I believe, was $175, and that was for a pre-registry. And it says on their site whenever you go to sign up that if you're a walk-in person, it's going to be a little bit more, so it'd probably be like 200, maybe 250 or something like that. So just know that pre-registering is going to be cheaper, and I think the price ranges from like 150 to like 200, maybe 250 for a pre-registry. It's going to just depend on where it is at that you're trying out. As for me, whenever I went to my tryout, I did not have any place that was doing tryouts very close to me, so I kind of had to travel to get to my location. So if you're doing that, if you have to travel, just know that you're going to be spending more money than just what the registration fee was. If it's only 2 or 3 hours, you might not have to stay overnight, but most of them is going to be early, so it's going to be important that you get some good sleep in. So it was about 4 hours away from me, and that would have led me to have to leave by like 4 a.m. in the morning, and that would just not have been very good for me. So I had to go the night before and just stay the night at a hotel. Just know it's going to be a hotel price and gas, and it's also going to dedicate some time as well. So I had to dedicate obviously the night before and then that whole day to this trial. So almost 2 days worth of dedication to this tryout. But as far as just registering and going to the tryout, the only thing you have to pay for is the registration fee. So if you do have a place close to you, 30 minutes, maybe an hour away, that's great because you're not gonna have to pay for anything extra. It's just the registration fee. So if you're not local, it's gonna cost you a little bit more money and a little bit more time as well. So I had a question about like where these tryouts were held. That's gonna be a very difficult question. They're not always gonna be at the actual team's location. Mine was in the same city, but it was in a different location. It was 30 minutes away from the actual location. But as far as where these G League teams are, I'm not gonna list all of the location of these G League teams, but just know that each one of these teams are affiliates to the NBA teams. So each one of these teams has their own NBA affiliate team. So whatever city you're close to, as far as the NBA team, just kind of Google search that team and just look where that G League team is located. Sometimes they're out of the different city, and also sometimes the tryout is a little bit different, but it's going to be pretty close, I would say, to where their city actually is. Okay, so the main question I usually get with this is when and where the postings are of these tryouts. And this was actually kind of the tricky part for me. It was kind of weird. I was just wondering, I was like, how in the world do you find this? Because I was looking everywhere. I was spending a lot of time just looking and searching, looking and searching. I've come to find out they don't really post the tryout dates until like a month before, maybe 2 months before, but I caught it about a month before. And I believe they just posted it on the G League website. Might just have to just Google search NBA G League tryouts 2019 or whatever. When it comes around July or August, that's when you want to start looking for these postings, because it's going to be late August or in September. Mine was in the middle of September, but yours might be before and it might be after, just depending on the team. So that was kind of the tricky part of registering. But once I seen the postings and I got to the local tryouts page, it kind of just listed all the teams that had their tryout dates posted, and then you just click on that team, and that's when it's going to send you to the registration. So yeah, I wish they had a better way of doing that. They didn't even, like, I was looking on the local team's Instagram and everything, they didn't even post it on social media at all, I don't think. So it's almost like they kind of hide it, which doesn't make any sense to me. But so you kind of just have to search quite a bit, but you can find it. It's probably going to be around July or August whenever they're going to post it. So I hope this answers some of your questions. If you wanted to see my tryout experience, I will put the playlist right here, so make sure to check that out. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.